Okay, so let's get some scripts up here. Where did I leave off in the game input? I think I had a rectangle being drawn on the screen. No, really? That sucks. I'm pretty sure that I left it working. Oh, why is that disabled? Yeah, okay. All right, so now the survivor, I'm going to start a survivor class. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, I have a survivor class. All survivors and select a survivor in the survivor class. Should that be in the survivor class and not the environment? Is that what I was thinking yesterday? Sure, I guess. That's fine. I almost feel like it should be plural if that's the way it's going to be. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to put it here. Pretty sure that's what I meant to do anyways. So, bada bing. So one thing that I want to do is when shooting, I might want to fire off an event that they're all subscribed to. Perhaps. Kind of like this. All right, so the Anita is selected here. I'm going to put a header. Just so I know that it's the base survivor class. And then a public boolean is selected. Is false. And then I need a game object. Selected decal. Does this little guy have a selected or a survivor script yet? He does not. Well, hold on. I don't want to add it to the quad. Survivor. And I do kind of want to make a script to put on the quad that I can tell it to switch the material by saying material equal blah blah blah, and then just make it do that as in the getter or in the setter. Oh, I need to assign the decal to the selected decal here. And then I need a public void set selected, and then bool, so I'll just make it bool underscore selected, or just lowercase selected. And then what if I do private bool underscore is selected, and this can equal false, and then this like that, and then more than just set. I can say, I can turn the decal on and off. Do some logic here. Do some logic here to determine if we can be selected. Like if we're not rescued or something, right? Is selected equals value here. And then I can always say selected decal dot set active underscore is selected. So if it comes out that we are true or we all are false, this will happen. And then I need to do it's called an AABB. Can I cast a box ray? From a box ray from a rect to the world from an on-screen rect. Yes, but there are two different interpretations of cast a box array. Detect world objects underneath the UI image? No. Kind of. Get the screen space rectangle occupied by the image, convert its coordinates to rays from the camera, perform multiple ray casts, or a box overlap in world space. Right, because if I'm doing an AABB, that's just checking the coordinates of the character, not if, like, the corner or anything like that. I could make up the AAs, though, by adding coordinates around the player characters. Let's do that. Let's see if I can go to Unity projects, the 2D version, assets, scripts, and I think this was in RTS controller. Update selection box is there. I want to find, I guess I can click this, it'll make it quicker. Select all units on screen, select closest of type. That's kind of pointless now. Select units in box. I do want to remember to use the shift down. I'm just going to snag this entire thing. I'm going to need this as well. So with the mouse up, let me make sure I have is shift. Yeah, okay. Left mouse button cancel. This is where I want to go. What's the plan tonight? To continue working on the controls to get this back to where I started. It probably won't be until maybe the end of this week that we start implementing some of the things that we talked about, like the ball of death. That's fun. Envision like shooting it and then like as it shrinks, like zombies popping off. Select survivors in box. So this starts here. Unselect all survivors. I can create that. And then here, you do it for each. I need to do two things, right? I need to say, oops, let's give it a name here. So I say survivor dot is selected equals false. This will handle the decal as well. And then, oh, that's all I need to do there. And then here I can say selected survivors dot clear. I don't think I need to say that. I think it will do more than just that, but okay. So I have these positions for each survivor in environment dot all survivors, which I think is the same. It's just lowercase a. What's the problem? Environment all survivors is not accessible due to its protection level. Okay. Internals. Main camera is capital C, I think, for camera dot main. Is it lowercase? And then the overlap method that I need to steal from my old code. Prove it. So one thing that is kind of an issue it's not. I can't say survivor set select equals or select true. I could. So what I'm thinking to think out loud is when I have a method here that says unselect all survivors, then I can set this to false. But if the survivor has a method then is selected also is set, so everything else would be yeah. So internal void set selected all selected like that. So if selected is transform is true, then sorry, I don't mean to put the keyboard right in my microphone. Is selected is true, but also I need to do some logic here. Can we be selected? And then we need to tell the game or the environment to set us as selected. Internal static void set selected select survivor. Survivor. Right, and then I need another unselect survivor. And then here I can just simply selected survivors dot remove survivor. Up here I need to say if selected survivors contains survivor is false, then I can say selected survivors dot add survivor. So this method and this method with the true and a false can be called from the outside. I should make that public just so I can kind of key me into that. So I need like a is active. Because that's to the selection, I'm going to leave that right there. And then a public boolean is active is false. And then for now, I'm going to say true. The ones that are spawned as black and white that you can't control until you rescue, those are going to be the ones that is active as false. If is active is true, I'll say false. Your turn. I also need this elsewhere. Cool. So in start, I want to say selected decal dot set active false. Right, nobody is active by default. Is that gonna work? Oh, it's this set selected, right? Where are these errors coming from? Input. does not exist. So that means I have a mismatched number of brackets, I believe. Let's go right down to where I pasted code here. Oh, like I'm missing a whole piece of that method. Why did I unselect it? I need to deselect it. Okay. So when I start, he shouldn't have this circle. Oh yeah. I don't know why this is disabled. Okay. Boo. So he did not get selected, which is okay. So what I think I should be doing, and I don't know if I'm doing yet, let's see here. I think I should be converting the player, the survivor, into screen coordinates and then checking the screen coordinates of the box versus the screen coordinates of the survivor. So I'll start canvas position. I don't know if I need to do that. Start screen position, start and then end screen position. Select min, select max, okay. Then for each survivor in all survivors, world position is transform position. How many times do I use that I need to, okay. I'll allow it. Half width, half height. I think I'm centered now. Yeah. So, yeah, so half width and half height still applies, right? Because those are just numbers I'm going to add and subtract. World min max is transform position in the world. Oh, and then I get these green coordinates here. And then I check to see if there's an overlap between the minimum and maximum selection of the box and the minimum and maximum of the unit. Yeah. Unit min, unit max. These are all vector 2s. I know this works, so I'm not going to piss with that. Does this start selection box? Shite. Okay. Cut. Update selection. Select survivors in box. I'm going to take my little helper here. Okay. That was just in the wrong spot. Let's see what this does. Make sure that was still. So let's chat this real quick. Else debug.log $ this dot name. Let me say game object dot name. Not selected. This will clue us into a couple things. Did I save it? Yeah. So it did not say he's not selected. So either the selected method is broken, or I'm not even calling this method correctly. Okay, so I got neither. Debug.log environment.all survivors.count. I think I'm right here. 0, yeah. So that means that the survivors are not registering themselves, which is in start, or do I want in awake? And then I think I want, just in case, a destroy on destroy. This function is called when the mono behavior will be destroyed. Environment dot register unregister survivor this. Just in case, I just want to flat out destroy it. But now updating environment selected. I'm sorry. Oh, this game object name, of course, not the zombie or the survivor. So, okay. So I'm setting this selected to true, or set selected. And then, so here in set selected, I do say this, if is active equals false return, which is active is true by default. Make that internal just in case the inspector is doing something weird. Debug.log selected. I'll just do that. And then I should get like a true or false. I did not get either. Oh, well, that time I got a true. Why didn't I get it the first time? Yeah, I don't like that one bit. He's supposed to be unselected now. Okay, so if shift is false, unselect all survivors. And here, unselect all survivors. For each all selected survivor, set it to false. And then I clear the list. What did I need to save? If not, shift down, which it is false. Is shift down, shift down. Yeah, it should be unselecting him. So in the survivor, I just called this method the set, and I say the value is false. And then here I just say, oh, yeah, I say I set it to the value, which should be false, and then I set the decal active to that state. Or do I? I don't like how that's just not working 100% of the time. So let's not get ahead of semantics here. Let's just make sure that we can select it the first time, every time. And let's look at the environment thing. So this means that I should select him. Okay. Try again. What is the problem then sometimes? Okay, so that's a thing. Like, Let's find out why that is. Done just a tad, sorry. So world min max is so I do a dot min and a dot max, which is the selection, and then this is the unit. So is the world min and world max correct? Theory. Okay, that defeated my theory. So y plus height. This is y plus half height. I don't need height anymore. And then this has to be minus. This is the min, minus half height, and then max. I'm adding half height. I don't think that is a solution to the problem. Yeah, no. I don't have a reset button yet. Is it the speed at which I do it? Oh, I wonder if when that timer expires? No. And it's like working every time now, which is... Okay. A few more, I think it's going to pass the test. Oh, there I did it. So because I'm too close. Actually, double clicking should also select him. So it makes sense to take away the half height and half width from world position, and then I convert world to screen point, unit min, unit max. Screen start position, screen end position. update selected box. So where do you get referred to? Here, okay. Is it really screen position? Oy. Start canvas position equals screen to canvas point. So the canvas side of it, end canvas and start canvas, is where I'm setting the rect of the canvas positions. Yep. I wonder if when I'm letting go, if I'm not really calling this every time. Yeah, I am. So then I want to do this. Debug.log. This can be a lot of information, I think, but can I just get all of this? So maybe I can see what's going on. Hopefully it just doesn't say vector 2, vector 2, vector 2. Like, I'm hoping that I get numbers out of this. Okay. The first one is my selection, which these are allowed to be the same, and then these can be different. This has like 500. That's fine, right? So if I click over here, it should be close. Yeah, 527. It's greater than 523 and less than 540. And then 279 is 279, 276 is outside of 238 and 273. World position.y minus half height x minus half width, and then the max plus half width plus half height. However, for some reason, those are not encapsulating my double click. And is why. So is it a calculation on behalf of this or this? I'm more apt to say that it's here somewhere. How to get screen coordinates of a character in ISO. What's it called? Orthographic. Getting the screen coordinates of a world space character is the same as with a perspective camera. World to screen point, character transform position. So this, I said y is 284. Stop point is 284, but it's not within here, but the y is 526 is greater than 513 and less than 541 on the x. So it's just the y value seems to be wrong. Which makes sense there. So if I draw it down further, it does go on. cell min. Let's use down here. Start screen, end screen. Was I doing something with the start or end because of the 2D stuff? Nope, it's just mouse position. And this seems to be right because it stretches just fine. Screen to canvas point. This is screen to canvas point. So I wonder if I fiddle. Yeah. So where is this guy at? Move him to 0. Z. Oh gosh, don't do that. Where'd you go? Fine. Does this change anything? So when I'm moving the mouse, I get this update selection box. Okay, so mouse position is screen coordinates then. Mouse dot, well, so maybe get corrected mouse position. Is that a thing in my script? I'm pushing this, pushing that down. Let's go. What I should be able to do, I'm going in the wrong direction, so I need to go up here. I wonder if my coordinates need to be inverted for the mouse. Surely that's not a thing, right? So, okay. Was that 0, 0? It's pretty dang close to the bottom. Then up here, it's 5 something. And he's at 3 something, so 306 compared to 361. So I need to go up. 340. Okay. What is his position in the world? That'd be a pain if that's the case. Start screen position, end screen position equals start screen position. Survivor transform times a new vector 3, 1, negative 1, 1. Cannot be applied to that. But you're wrong. Can I say times equal to flip the y? It didn't. That didn't, though. This should not, if this doesn't. 290 Yeah, okay, so I'm still out of bounds here. Cam.main, world to screen point. That doesn't help, but does this make it more accurate? Not at all. How much of this is going to be understood? POS IT positions are off, either line cursor or survivor, so they don't overlap. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, oh, that was an attempt to fix. Issue here, world to screen point takes a vector 3 world position, not a 2D corner. Okay. For orthographic camera, this often works by accident because Z becomes 0, but that is safer to do this. Yeah, because I'm not doing 2D math with this little guy. Okay. Spent way too much time on that. Now, why is he not being unselected? If is shift down equals false, environment dot unselect all survivors. Let's go there. And what if maybe this isn't getting added to yet? Zero. Click on him. And oh, is a zero just getting built up here? Yeah, okay. So turning on the decal. In the survivor by saying set selected. No, set selected. Does set is selected. None of these register with the environment that they're selected. Which one should it be? I'm going to make a note. Three references. One comes, comes from inside. One comes from the environment. The only external use for is selected should be used by the environment so that it can also handle its own list of selected survivors. Select survivor this. Environment dot unselect survivor this. Right, and then here when I do the select and unselect, I'm just changing select survivor. Yeah, okay. Cool. So that was selection mode. When I right click, that means to move. I need to craft a grid of positions depending on the number of selected units. And I don't like the math that I used last time. I wonder if I just manually create a list of positions based around the center of the selected or the target point. Also, is a gun gonna look weird if it's rotating now in 3D space? So, and here I do the thing, but do I only want to be concerned about the X and the Z position and let the Y position happen? Select closest unit. Do I want to select the closest unit before? Oh, shoot. This is not the my current game's code. So let's tell this dude to move to a right-click position. And I think I kind of need to like raycast down to where I click in order to get the Y position to show a destination thing. But for now, let's just do the right click. One step at a time. So I kind of need to do a thing here. Here, like I have on right mouse button, down and up. Do I need to do that for the right click as well? Or is a simple down good enough? Okay, so I get a screen to world point. So vector 3 world position equals camera main dot screen to world point mouse position. And then Survivor, I need to do a set destination and has destination. Public void set destination, destination, vector 3 destination. And so not necessarily a has destination, maybe I should have a enum of, should it go inside here, survivor dot, yeah, public enum state, and then, oh, that's fine, that can go there. public state state. And then idle, moving, I think shooting should not be a state. Because you can move and shoot and be idle and shoot. So whether or not they are shooting will be dependent on something else. State what? State equals state dot moving, and I need a destination. Is active is true. I kind of want to move this all the way up here. And this means this is if the player is controllable or not. Is this in use? Let's do a rename. Just call it is controllable. Is controllable or not? Rescued to compared to prisoner. So here, public vector3 destination. I also want to have a chasing. So if I somehow get it to select a monster, they'll just continue to follow it maybe. Destination. Oh, put underscore under this one. Underscore destination. It's probably like this. Dot destination. Be like this dot destination equals destination. Yeah, it's still blue. So then in update, I want to have a internal void move towards destination, destination. Then if state is moving, then move towards destination. Lowercase s here. I need a speed. This does have to be public eventually. Is controllable. State, this no longer has to be public. It can be private or internal. I don't need to see it in the inspector. because this operates that, I'm going to move that there. And then here I'm going to have a public float move speed. Could make it like 3F for now. And then move towards destination. And I need to do like a vector 2 on this. And I'm using Y, X and Z, not Y. Right? Because Y is up and down. Green is Y, Y goes up and down. Okay, so the destination I'm going to make this a vector 2. I'm going to pre-convert it. When should I do that? Here. New vector 2 destination.x destination.z. Okay. So I am setting the velocity based on that and that alone. I'm not adding up or down velocity, which might have to change depending on how well this guy climbs stairs. Vector 2. Position equals a new vector 2 transform dot position x and z. Okay. And I don't really need to do that. I can do difference equals that minus destination. Oh, you know what? I still need the position because I need to do like a down here, like if vector 2 dot distance between position and that is less than like close enough to be like 0.2. Then state equals idle. Maybe it should be like moving state or something. So then vector 2 difference equals destination minus position, one of the two. And then I don't have a link to my rigid body yet. So RB dot linear velocity equals difference dot normalized times move speed. So either it's going to work or he's going to zip off in a different direction. Or nothing's going to happen because on right mouse position, should I be allowed to do a for each environment dot selected units, selected survivors? I am not going to allow that. I will do a yeah, because it would be simpler if the input knew the formation. For each survivor in environment dot selected survivors. That doesn't have to be in there. That can be out here. World position. This should be a vector 2 because of formations. And then I will make the survivor receive a vector 2. Set v3 vector 3 and then vector 2 world position v2 equals new vector 2 world position v3 dot x and z. The world position of the destination, DESTINA destination, and then the vector 2 version. Survivor dot set. Why is my tab all the way up there? Survivor dot set destination v2. Another good thing about having this is that I can have like scaffolding going from one building to another. I can have characters going under. Nothing happened. All right, so Is this right? Let's clean this up. Let's see if I get that. Okay, so I'm not getting a start. So let me try performed. Did I save it? Yeah. Okay, so this is actually giving me some results. Yeah. Don't clear. Input down here with the maths. That can go. Okay. So I am getting the right click. Let's go into set destination and debug.log moving. Moving, and I'm going to say destination. Is this really like 0 and then -10 on the Z? So that is wrong, right? Because my character is at -2 on the Z. So once again, it's the same issue that I had to solve over here. I don't know, save it. Should I do camera transform position Z? World. That's world to screen. Screen to world, I believe, is different. vector 3. So can I say plus new vector 3? I cast this. Let's say 0, 0, 10, or camera dot main dot transform dot position dot z. Does that give me different results now? Gives me an error. Wait, what? Negative 19, it's worse. Hey, he's moving. So that's good. However, I think what's going on is I'm converting to a vector 2 and maybe it's converting the z to the y. Okay. Right. Screen to world point. Mouse position dot x, mouse position y. I know that's not going to do anything. I just want to see something. Okay, it doesn't change. So do I just say y here? And like, what would happen if I casted? The vector 3 to a vector 2, would I get the x and z? Oh, bye-bye. That doesn't make sense. Why would the y being the z or y change whether he's going up? Cutting this out. And then I'm just going to cast vector 2, world position v3 to see what happens. he should not have gone up. His Y is changing, not his Z. Also, was my click any better?